Welcome to Discourse, a podcast about music as a medium for conversation. This is our holiday special, our first one. We have double the guests for you, so you can overconsume something that you won't regret this Thanksgiving. Our guests are Rod and Karen of The Black Guy Who Tips, a daily podcast with over 3,000 episodes, and that's not even counting their premium shows, which blows my mind. That is very prolific. You've been mentioned on HuffPost, Daily Beast, New York Times, BET.com, and many more. Tell us a little bit about your show and your process.
It's a comedy podcast that Karen and I started in our spare bedroom over 13, 14 years ago now.
Yeah, 2008, 2009, somewhere around in there.
Yeah. And we're just a husband and wife duo. We talk pop culture, politics, comedy, a bunch of stuff, sports, just whatever's current. And we do it about 4 to 5 times a week. Mm-hmm. And and that's basically the gist of the show.
Nice. And you two have been together since you were 16, which is a long time. Mm-hmm. So I take it you're very experienced at family gatherings and holidays and kind of bringing your own traditions together. I'm very excited to learn more about that through this music. So let's dig in. The music starts in 3, 2, 1. This is This Christmas by Donny Hathaway. It was released as a single on Atco Records in 1970. Roderick, tell us about this one.
Oh, man. This Christmas is just, I feel like it's a black rite of passage. It's definitely like the song that I associate most with the holiday season. And holiday season for Christmas basically starts at Thanksgiving in my family. So, like, even though you ain't getting no gifts, this is when all that music starts cranking up. And so Donny Hathaway's voice is just something it makes me feel warm, and it makes me think of, Christmas trees and stuff like that. And it feels like an unofficial black anthem. It's kind of like how Stevie Wonder's Happy Birthday is the black Happy Birthday one. Like, that's the one we sing. We were in a store the other day buying candles at Marshall's. And this came on, and all the black people in line, I could see everybody humming and dancing along to it a little bit. And I don't know if it's different in white households. I can't lie. Like, it could be the same. But I know in that line, it was like we all was in the same family for about 45 seconds to a minute there. So that's what this song means for me.
Nice. I love that. I do, as a white person, I would say I am very familiar with this song, but I don't think it has quite the same place in the playlist in my family's.
I'm just glad that y'all own it. To be honest, like, everybody should be sharing in this joy. This is good.
It's a fantastic song. The really white Christmas songs get really old.
Yes, chestnuts roasting on an
really
open
appreciate
fire.
it. Yeah,
like, we got it. We get it, bro.
Yeah. Though my grandmother played a lot of Kenny G around Christmas too, which I just...
Come on through, Kenny G.
I'm not a fan of.
I used to love me some Kenny. I don't know why. I used to love me some Kenny G when I was a kid. I was like, oh, that white man is blowing.
It's because of the hair.
Yes.
The hair.
All right.
I love how the vocals are just a soulful song. And it always makes you want to sing too. I don't know how you can't sing it. It sounds good.
That's facts.
Like those notes, you might not be able to get them, but it makes you want to try.
Yeah, he has such a beautiful voice, one of a kind.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I love it, again, how soulful it is, because it makes you want to jam to it, even if it's not Christmas.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Also, there's ad libs. There's they're telling you to dance at the end. It's like Christmas, but it's also just if you played this at any concert, it's like, yeah, this is my jam.
I don't know how to shake a hand, but it still it makes sense. I don't know how to do it,
shake a hand, y'all.
but
All right, this next song is. Oh, actually, my notes are wrong. One second. This is
I'm gonna say that
Golden
is
by
right.
Jill Scott. The song is right. My notes are not.
Oh, okay.
All right. Uh, Go ahead, Karen. Tell us about this song.
For me, I know when I was looking, I was kind of thinking about the theme and how to pick it. And for me, I was thinking, what are songs that lift my spirits, type of thing. And so for me, I was like, I really like this song because it's one of those things where you go, I'm gonna live my best life. Like this how this song really make me feel. I'm gonna live my life like it's golden, regardless of what's happening, regardless of what's going on. I have to stay focused and realize the fact that I'm still here and breathing and things like that. It's worth it for me. And so this is one of the songs that kind of stuck out for me. And so, like I said, Ann Jill Scott is one of the people that I would love to see live. I've never seen her live. I've seen Erica Badu. I've seen several other people, but I would love to see her do a live show.
I can see myself cleaning greens, starting to prep the food for this.
Yes.
But
Yeah, you can see
yeah,
yourself bopping in the kitchen and moving around. And, particularly you had larger
mhm,
families, children running around you and things like that. Everybody kind of doing their own thing.
exactly.
And this is one of those songs where you could play and even old people that don't know who Jill Scott is, they could still vibe out to it if that makes sense. You won't hear
Mhm,
that, what is
mhm.
this hippity hop y'all listening to? They're complaining in the background. You ain't got to worry about that when you play this, because she still has that like that soulful old school voice, where they could be like,
Mhm.
I like that girl, and say, who is that girl? Who that singing? That's you get more of those questions. So for me, this is a song that kind of uplifts, if that makes sense. Like it just a good vibe, a good feel, chilling. You can have a great cookout to this. Play some spades, some pitty pats, some bid whiz, fry some fish, fry some croaker. Yes, with potato
Yes.
salad. Like that. That's really make me when I hear this song. That's what it makes me think about. Type of thing. That family, that vibe, that closeness feel.
Yeah, Jill Scott
Mhm.
also, I feel like the song The Way could have also gone into Thanksgiving thing because she was
Yes.
singing about that food in the way. And I always
That
get
was
my
on the
life when
list
she be
too.
like, grits.
That was on the list too, and I was like, I'm gonna go this route.
Yeah, like now
Yeah.
that we're here and we're actually doing this show, I'm thinking of other songs where I was like, you know what? These songs make me think about the food I would eat on Thanksgiving. I'm like, oh, I should have pulled those
Yeah.
songs too.
No, it was definitely hard to pick just three. And I was like,
Hmm.
what are other people gonna pick? Because I didn't want to take other people's picks, so I kind of tried to go a different way. But I think it still fits. So we'll see.
Yeah, I really do. I like Jill Scott because and I started really like listening because to the lyrics and how they made me feel
Mhm.
and things like that. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, because when you actually sit and actually listen to what she's saying, she's like, hey, dog, like you have to live your life. You have to. They ain't not taking your freedom. Like you have to be steadfast in these things.
It's very
Yeah.
uplifting and
Mm-hmm.
it does make me feel thankful and thankfulness of being alive and stuff like that.
Yep. So that was released on Beautifully Human, Words and Sounds Volume 2 on Hidden Beach Records in 2004. This song is Do I Do by Stevie Wonder. It was released on Stevie Wonder's original Musicarium on Tamla Records in 1982. Raja, tell us about this song.
This is also a song that's going to be on the playlist when I'm gathering with family. It makes me think about loving someone out loud, and I feel like that's who you should love out loud is your family. Um, and just the feeling of love with the elements of like funk, the soul, the jazz. It really feels like my family, and that's what I think of when I hear this song. Um, like Karen was saying earlier, like when you have the different generations coming together from the kids to the older people to cousins who aren't cousins, but they're cousins, and just everybody being together and loving on each other and having fun. Also, Dizzy Gillespie is on the trumpet on this song, and I'm a sucker for learning how songs are composed. And I just, yeah, this is just one of the greats. So you have to play it at a family function.
Yeah, everybody knows the words, too. And as a wallflower, this is a song that I watch other people dance to. So I like that too.
And same thing with Stevie Wonder, one of a kind voice that will never be duplicated, type of thing. And so it's one of these things where you hear it and you go, oh, I know what that song is. Kind of, how the years ago when an artist would do something, you go, I know who that is. Now, depend on what the song is, I have to say, is it the old version or the new version or the new version? I don't know.
Yeah. And now I'm curious, like, has anybody sampled this? I'm sure somebody has.
Oh yeah.
Probably in one way or another. Yeah, blended it somewhere in the background or something where it's like you would probably have to go deep to hear it, but it's there somewhere if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Particularly with these
Another
drums and
safe
stuff.
song for sensitive ears.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I also feel like when you listen to Stevie Wonder, like nothing could go wrong in your life.
Right.
He's one of those artists that like automatically like boosts your mood, no matter what you're listening to. It could be anything, and it could be a sad song, it could be a happy song, but I feel like his voice, just like the music, always just like lifts you up.
It does.
Agreed, and he would probably be somebody who'd be cool to watch live too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because years ago you had to be able to be musically inclined, if that made sense. Like you had to really sing, or a lot of people you played multiple instruments, type of thing. So I'm pretty sure it'd be really cool to watch him sit and play a piano.
And just jam out, yes.
Yes, and just jam out. You could do a melody, not even a concert, just whatever you feel like singing. I will just sit and just listen. Nothing but no request. Half of the wind makes you blow.
This is an old school song too, because it was like a hit song and it's 5 minutes long, and now every hit song has to be like 2.5 minutes.
Yes, because our attention span is shorter.
Yeah, but it's like, no, it's not attention span. It's just money. It's just they figured out like, yo, you can play it more times if it's 2.5 minutes. So
yeah, because of
it's
algorithms. Because years ago you didn't have algorithms.
Yeah, you could be a number one, and everyone is not on the radio as much, so everyone's streaming it. So however many streams you can get is how much money they can make. But man, I miss that era of like a 5-minute radio bop, where you have like a 1 minute instrumental intro and there's not even like words yet.
The melody is building. It's like drums. All right, trumpets. All right, come on, we're in section. You got like 4 things building in before they hit their first note.
And it makes me think about too when you're driving. Sometimes I want the vibe to last while I'm getting to my destination.
Yes.
Not switching up too much.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love the new music, but it be over fast.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, this next song is Dos Gardenias by Buena Vista Social Club. It was released on El Amor de Mi Tierra. Oh, sorry, no, that is the wrong note again. Carla, go ahead and tell us about this one. Sorry about that.
All right. So this is what we call in Cuba boleros, and I think Buena Vista Social Club became really popular in like pop culture after they did this documentary on them in the early 2000s. And well, this song, Dos Gardenias, is actually, I put it in this list because my family just started celebrating Thanksgiving recently. Well, like, like maybe like 2-3 decades ago, because that's when we migrated to the U.S. And then when my grandma cooks, or when my family cooks, this is kind of like the music that plays in the background. And boleros are really like ballads, they're love songs. And whenever I think of the holidays, or I think of my family, now that I don't live in the same country as them, I think of this kind of music, when I think of just my grandparents. Like, they used to say that when you dance this song, you had to be able to dance it in one little square of tile, So it always brings those memories to mind.
What kind of food do y'all cook for Thanksgiving? Is it like the American food? Is it a blend of like Cuban and American?
Yeah, it's a blend. Like, my grandma gets really bored of the turkey. She thinks the turkey is bland. So we usually have like 2 turkey. Yeah. So we have like 2 turkeys. One turkey is like in fricassé, which was basically in a sauce. And then the other one is like, every year they like mix it up with a different kind of seasoning. We always have yuca, which is like, I think in English it's cassava, with mojo, which is like, it's kind of like a sauce that you make with oil, garlic, onions, and lemon juice. And then it just gives it like, it's very tangy, it's very good. And you boil the yuca and you kind of put it on that. And then we have a mix. We have some things that are very like American. We have like cranberry sauce, but then like our sweet potato stuff, we mix it with like white sweet potato, because we think like yellow sweet potato is not sweet enough. And then we have like flan for dessert. So it's a kind of like a real mix.
This music.
So hold on, there is a sweeter sweet potato?
Yeah, it's the white one.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it's called boniato. It's like a purple on the outside, and it looks kind of like all weird. I'll share it later.
Okay.
But it's very good. Yeah.
Nice. So that was released on Buena Vista Social Club on World Circuit Limited in '97. This next song is Sisters by Peggy Lee. It is from selections for Irving Berlin's White Christmas on Geffen Records, 1954. So this is from White Christmas. It's kind of one of those cash grabs Christmas movies. It was just like built around the music, which
that's what I'm about to say.
Has
yes,
its own
this sounds
charms.
like a soundtrack. Yes.
Yeah. But 2 of the characters in this show are sisters that perform and do like little cabaret acts. And this is one that is in the show. But this reminds me of my family because of my dad. So the lyrics in the song are caring, sharing of a little thing we were wearing. So anytime my sisters and I were fighting, he would start singing this song to us. That's just what I grew up with. And I mean, it's a cute song. So part of it, later in the song, it says, God help the mister, right here, that comes between me and my sister. But God help the sister who comes between me and my man. So, it's one of those cutesy older songs. And there's a goofy callback in the movie when the sisters are trying to escape. The 2 gentlemen leads in the show go on stage for them in their costumes. So actually, my sister gave me a magnet of a screenshot of that scene that I keep on my fridge. It's silly, but it's cute, and it really reminds me of my family. So
That's so sweet.
Oh, that's adorable.
It feels like an old timey, like someone's gonna sell me a product.
Yes. Just be like, hey, ladies,
That's fair. That's
are you
very
tired
fair.
of putting all this effort in for ironing? Here's some spray starch, brand new just for you.
Spencer's white enamel toothpaste.
Yes.
Yes, 100%.
Oh, now that makes me think of Fallout.
Ah, yes.
All right, that is round 1. It is time for a message from our sponsor. We don't have any sponsors yet, so here's free promotion for something I like. Airtable is a software that I've been pushing on people for many years. I like to describe it as spreadsheets on crack. There are all sorts of formatting and linking options with, single select checkboxes, the things you might expect. But you can also customize views, which makes it amazing to use. So basically, you can have all the information in one place, but you don't have to dig through it to find what you need. Like if you're working with a team, everyone can have their own view of the information, like just the section they need. It's wonderful. I love it. And I use it for everything with the show. That's the form that guests submit. It goes right into my scripting. Everything is set up for me. I made some adjustments for this episode, so the errors were not because of the software. It was human error. That was my bad. Don't judge it by that. But it's absolutely brilliant. And let's go on into round 2. All right, this first song is I Want to Thank You by Alicia Myers. It was released on Back to Back on UMG Recordings in 1998. Roderick, tell us about this song.
So once again, the theme was Thanksgiving, and I didn't want to just make everything Christmas music because that's what I think of at my Thanksgiving gatherings. But I just thought, what about songs that make me feel thankful? And Alicia Myers, I Want to Thank You is one of those songs that crosses like different genres to me because it's somewhat of a like spiritual, like it's almost a gospel song, but it's jamming like a club song, like it's like if somebody did cocaine to this, I wouldn't be shocked. Like I'd be like, that makes sense too. But also if somebody caught the Holy Ghost to this, I'd also be just as like, that makes sense. That's, you could get that to both. And what's funny is it really came on my radar, not through the original song, which my family played for years in front of me. I don't know why it didn't connect then, but I listened to the Fushnikins had an album, and they did a sample of this song, and they rapped a gospel song to it, and I was like, man, this is an amazing song. And then my dad played the original for me another different day, and I was like, oh, that's where I know that song from. And I don't know if I've listened to the rap version since, but this, I want to thank you, Alicia Myers. It's just an amazing, amazing track.
Yeah, this is definitely in line with like gratitude in general, and everybody going around saying what they're thankful for.
Yeah, she doesn't even say what it is that would have happened. Like she just is like, it wouldn't have happened without you, Jesus. Thank you. And I'm like, I don't even know what she's happy for, but I'm with her. I believe that woman.
You happy? I'm happy.
I want it to happen for me too, Jesus. Let's do it.
I'm gonna have to look up that rap version. That's intriguing to me.
Yeah. Fushnikins. I don't. That was back in when rappers, and shout out to my girl Glorilla. She trying to bring it back. But that was back when every rap album had one religious track.
Yes, at least one.
I feel like MC Hammer came out with Pray.
Yes,
and everybody was like, man, we got to get some of this Christian money. And then rappers would be rapping about all kinds of crazy stuff for the whole album, and then end it with like, here's my Jesus song. DMX used to put a prayer on every album, and I feel like we losing recipes. People just stop doing the rap prayers. It's all just the demons now.
Kurt had them stomping up in the clubs.
Yeah, and Kurt didn't even have no rap on the album. He was just hip hop.
They was like, this is still a bop. We don't care.
Right. That's another thing too. Is like R&B and gospel had such a blend.
Yes.
Back in the day, that there's so many songs that just sound like love songs that are just they're about religion, but they're about love. Like it's like they're rapping, right. They're singing about God like he's a guy that they're trying to like get with,
trying to date.
Yeah.
Get cozy with Jesus.
All right, this next song coming up is Pass the Peas by the JBs. It was released on Food for Thought on Universal Records in 1972. Oh, no, that is incorrect. This is the wrong song. I I'm on a roll today. I'm doing so great. Okay, this is Freedom by Beyonce with Kendrick Lamar. Whose song was this?
This was my song. And the thing
Oh, that's right. I'm
is,
sorry.
oh no, you good, baby. The thing is, this was a lot of these songs was prior to the election, but even before we got the results, I was like, you know what? What are songs that actually make me feel good and uplift me, kind of regardless of what the outcome would be? And this song right here, I really love this particular song off of this album because just when you really just listen to it, it's like, hey, dog, like, regardless of what happened, y'all can't stop me. Y'all can't break me. I have to keep going. You know, like, and it actually meant something to my spirit. Like, this right here is one of the few songs that I play, and I'll actually start. I sing out loud anyway, but I would just sing out loud at my desk, you know. And it's one of these things where you be like, hey, like she said, I break chains all by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, a winner don't quit on themselves, you know. So it's one of the things where the lyrics actually speaks like to me directly, you know, type of thing. And so it's one of the songs that actually for me that Thanksgiving thankful type of feeling for me, and it radiates with me really deeply. Like, it already resonated before, but now it resonates even deeper, and it speaks to me even more than it did prior to the election. And so for me, this song actually means a lot to me.
Yeah. Also, like,
This is a very powerful song.
you like if you play this at the gym, you could go into cardiac arrest because it really.
Yeah, you can.
Like, I was on the treadmill one time and this on the elliptical, and this thing hit, and I was just supposed to be doing a warm up, and I was like breaking my record. I was like, I gotta slow down on this Beyonce. This is getting crazy.
Don't hurt yourself. Yeah, it's some songs you go if I'm trying to like run or jog or work out. You're like, I need something a little bit middle paced. I do this at the height.
I can't even listen to this without like a serious face. You know what I mean? Like, I don't look like I'm having a good time and partying. I be looking like, you will not take my freedom from me on this treadmill, America. Like, it's crazy.
You gonna get this business weights.
Right.
Are you breaking the sweat? And this version that I got is the one that also has Kendrick, because I think there's one. Is there one version without Kendrick? Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't remember if there is.
Okay. But I actually love, like I said, Kendrick Lamar is one of my favorite rappers. So it's like, I just love that they blended these together. And also, this is a song that they actually performed at the BET Awards the year it came out. Mm-hmm. And so I appreciate that too. And so, like I said, for me personally, this song really resonates with me a lot. It makes me grateful and thankful and hopeful. And one of the things too for me where I refuse to give up. So, you know, it's like, okay, I understand the purpose is to take my freedom away, but you will not.
And if you're gonna have somebody rapping about freedom, Kendrick Lamar is the choice.
True.
Like, I can't even picture another rapper coming in and doing as good a job as he did.
Yeah, that's a great point. And what you were saying earlier about not being able to stay calm or remain calm listening to this, it's weird because the beats per minute, it's like a slow song to me, but it's the percussion, the guitar, and that staticky sound she has in the background and the call out.
Yes.
It makes it sound like you're in a moment and you join her immediately in that moment. And it's like,
yes,
something historical is happening and I need to rise up with it.
Yes.
And it ends the album, you know, like, and I'll be ready to run it back. Like, I'll be like, let's go to the beginning again.
Yes, let's go. Yes, 100% agree.
I made lemonade. That's right, ma'am.
So that was released on Lemonade on Parkwood Entertainment 2016. And this is Pass the Peas by the JBs, Food for Thought, Universal Records 72. Raja, now it's your turn.
Yes, Pass the Peas. I was thinking about Martin the Fame and Feast episode where the men and women have like a cook-off competition, and there's a scene in the episode where Gina, Pam, Martin Lawrence as Mama Payne, and Millie Jackson are demonstrating passing the peas. And so passing the peas is a jazz term where the lead solo in a circle of musicians take turns doing a solo while everybody around them like supports them and hypes them up. And so instead of using an instrument, the women in this scene are using their voices. And so they take turns singing Pass the Peas like we used to do. And they add their own, stank and stuff on it. And the joke in it is Martin as Mama Payne, and everybody in the group stops supporting Gina when she starts singing. It was like everybody was hyped for everybody else, but as soon as Gina sings "Pass the Peas" like we used to do, everybody looks at her like, "Why are you here?" And it made me think about also the TikTok trend. Just give me my money. I don't know if anybody's seen that, but that's for
Yes.
kids.
Give me my
Used to
money.
Yes. And then the one person left out. It was just that vibe and just like when you pray planks on your family and just having the moment. Also when thinking about like the older people telling the kid to come in and show everybody a little dance, a little TikTok dance y'all do. And it's like everybody's taking turns doing a solo essentially and connecting with their family. So this song made me think of that. There aren't many words, but you can hear each musician take a turn playing and doing their solo and putting their flavor onto the beat. And I just love that community aspect of it. And that's what passing the peas is. And I was like, oh, it has some meaning. So just altogether a fun time.
And since
I
it's
love that. I
Thanksgiving,
wasn't familiar
it
with the
literally
term.
makes me want to pass the peas. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I love a good
I
jam
love
session.
this, like, ongoing saxophone.
Child, yes, the breakdown. Yes, I'm here with you. Come on through,
Mm-hmm.
trombone.
And this song has been sampled in so many hip hop songs. Like it's crazy how many like the JBs have so much sample history in hip hop, but like some of these breaks and stuff that dun 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 dun, like I've heard that so many different ways. So yeah, it's a jam.
Yeah, and this also made me think about years ago how musicians actually mattered and how a lot of times people played live music, like a lot of this old school music. No, we actually got a trombonist in here. We actually got a drummist in here. You're not hearing anything
Yes.
synthesized. We're not
Mm-hmm.
we're not talking about AI. If it's imperfect, that's fine. You're gonna get the imperfect on this wax.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Right. This next song is El Amor de mi Tierra by Carlos Vives. It was released on El Amor de mi Tierra on Trident BV in 1999. Carla, tell us about this one.
I'm really giving you a run for your money, Heather, with the double
Yeah.
R's.
Yeah, I'm not good at that.
Yeah, so I went more for the family element of the podcast today, and so this song is by Carlos Vives, and it's called El Amor de mi Tierra, which means like the love for my country or my land. And this is a cumbia, which is one of the traditional dances of Colombia, which is where he's from. And this is an album that my mom and my grandma used to play all the time when I was a kid. And used to dance to, especially like Saturday morning, like forced cleaning at our house. This was a very common tune to listen to. But they also play it a lot at parties because it's like a nice song to dance to. And, Latinos, we like to dance in groups and we like to dance with partners and things like that. So this is a very good song about that. And it's also, I love the lyrics of the song because he's kind of saying that, he's going to gift his lover like all of the love of his fields and the flowers of his land. and that, you know, he's gonna take her to see the night sky and in the countryside and things like that. So I think it's a very beautiful song that really like captures the beauty of Latin American nature as well, because it's such a, I mean, it's 3 continents that span all of our 22 different cultures. So it's a very nice song. Yeah.
This cover art makes me think I'm about to read a novel where this dude is about to fall in like deep love, and we about to hear like his perspective. It's like, I was just walking one day and she just appeared, and it was that love at first sight, but I was scared to let her know who I really was.
His hair is amazing.
Yes,
Yeah,
like
very
that
Fabio.
old school
Yeah.
Fabio.
Yeah.
Yes, he got
Yeah.
a fan going on. I like this.
Yeah.
Just translate it in English and I'm here.
Yeah, Carlos Vives was married to this very famous actress who was the protagonist of a hit telenovela called Café con Aroma de Mujer, which is like coffee with the scent of a woman. And this was during that time, so he was like, you know, the guy married to like the leading lady of Colombia. So
I was close.
Yeah, this cover art is This album also has a lot of great like other great tunes that get you in that like, oh, okay, I wanna ride on a horse across the Colombian countryside with this guy.
Come on.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. This next song is The Chaos by the Futureheads. It was released on The Chaos on Dovecote Records in 2010. So this is a bit of a curveball. So I personally am childless. I have a very quiet life, but I have 2 sisters, and one of them has 5 children. So especially when they were younger, like holidays and family gatherings just felt like complete chaos to me. So this song reminds me of, you know, being around them. And I say that with, you know, it's very jokingly, like I adore being around them. They're wonderful. They're actually, like, all of them are very good, amazing, different kids. But, you know, I can't not think about this song when I'm hanging out with them a lot of times.
Heather, you're lying on this podcast because you are not childless. You have like 6 dog and cat children.
Not 6. I have, how many do I have? I have 3 of my own, plus a roommate's dog, plus a foster cat right now. So I only have 3. There are 5 in the
like
house, but only 3 are
5
mine.
in the house?
Yes.
And the mannequin, 6.
Forgot about the mannequin.
He's very quiet, though. Very easy to take care of.
Most behaved in the house.
Yes.
This music makes me feel like I'm playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the video game. It's got a vibe to it. What year did
Yeah.
this come out again?
This was 2010. It's in the post-punk genre, though, so it's very close to like pop punk and
You know, this sounds like something they would play on Malcolm in the Middle.
yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, what a good show.
Yes, that's the chaos.
They also had 3 chaotic kids, so
Yes, they did.
that kind of jives.
Yes, very much. Yeah, this is a UK post-punk band that, you know, is just very, very much in that genre. I really like the post-punk genre because I grew up on punk of all varieties, I think. And it's just very active and very playful, and there's so much to enjoy in them.
I can see just the gang or gaggle of children having fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yelling. Kids are just loud. They're little people with big feelings. I get it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotta come out somewhere.
This makes me feel like a teenager. So is that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 because you have 5 nieces and nephews?
Oh, that does. I didn't think about that, but that does work. Yeah. Yeah, and really, they're all little extroverts almost. I think one is not, but like at least 3 or 4 of them are. So it's just a lot of running around and playing games and hey, look at this. Also, the oldest girl who's now driving, which blows my mind. She picked out my aunt name, and it is Tattoo because I have lots of tattoos. And as like a toddler, she just started calling me that. So it's very sweet. I'm very proud of that auntie name.
Yeah, that's gonna be a cool story when she gets older.
Right.
Like, yeah, that's my aunt
They're
Tattoo.
like the cool aunt.
Yeah. All right, that is round 2. We have a little production note. Discourse is produced in partnership with Hey Awesome Girl, a full-service marketing and creative studio on a mission to help female entrepreneurs build and grow companies that empower their lives. Become a part of their awesome community by visiting heyawesomegirl.com/grow. All right, let's get into round 3. This first song is Before I Let Go by Frankie Beverly and Maze. It was released on Live in New Orleans on Capitol Records in 1981. Roderick, tell us about this one.
First of all, rest in peace to Frankie Beverly. I feel like probably the most black famous man that ever have existed. Yeah, man, I mean, this makes me think of family. This just makes me think of get-togethers, and Thanksgiving, if nothing else, is just a family get-together. And this song brings together generations of all stripes. Everyone knows the words. Everybody parties to it. Like Frankie Beverly and Maze, Before I Let Go, is so beloved that Beyonce did like a remix tribute, and that's like the only time I've seen black people visibly upset with Beyonce. Like, leave it alone. I was like, whoa, calm down. She's trying to help. She like it too, y'all. It's like, well, I'm not gonna be playing it over Frankie. It's like, we know everything's okay.
She never actually do that.
Yeah, but that's how much of a classic it is. And I feel like it's a tradition that's handed down. Like I was 3 in 1981. You know, there's no reason I should know all the words of this and everything, but I feel like I know it. I feel like my niece knows it. I feel like my nephews are gonna know it, and their kids are gonna know it because it's just that much of a classic. And yeah, it makes me think of food and family and getting together. So that's why I had to put it on my list.
Yeah, and this is one of the few songs that everybody could collectively electric slide on. And the thing about electric slide, if you're going to have it at a cookout or something like that, it needs to be something that's slow enough that everybody can step to. No newfangled stuff. Nobody wants that stuff where it's 25 steps. Move to a little left, move to a little right, do a little spin, and let's rotate that in a circle until everybody gets tired. Make it simple.
I'm trying not to sing this because I know it.
And the kids, yeah, you would normally see kids running around. Normally, it's like whenever we have cookouts, fish fries, barbecues.
You can smell the song, like
you literally can smell the song. I can smell the burgers getting burnt on the grill by your uncle who tell you that all meat is supposed to be burnt. You be like, sir, everything can't be burnt. He be like, y'all want that medium rare. Well, if I'm cooking, you gonna get it done. You're like, well, I guess I'm gonna be gnawing on it then because you just determined that everything got to be cooked to a crisp.
It's also crazy because it's a breakup song. You know, but it's like I associate this with just like black family get together, cookouts, like Thanksgivings, holidays. But I mean, technically, it's a song about him being like, "Come on, baby, don't leave," you know.
That went over my head.
Me too. And
I mean, the title is Before I Let Go. What is he letting go of? This relationship? He's like, baby, please don't. Before I let go, let me just try to beg you one last time. And we just in there like, yeah.
Before I let
right
go.
hand now, y'all.
Yes, 2 stumps. Yes, like that's all I cared about. I'm sorry you broke up with her, sir, but I'm going to electric slide all over your relationship.
Thank you for your pain.
Yes, thank you for your hurt.
Yes.
You made a
I
bop.
forgot that part. I think
You shouldn't have made it too jammy.
And I guess in that way, you know, the song does make you thankful for the people that you're with. And, you know, if you're with your lady, you're like, I don't want to be like Frankie.
I don't want to be begging like Frankie.
Let me show you some appreciation before I have to let you go. I don't want to deal with what he's going through. That man sounds hurt.
A real hurt, don't he?
Message.
And it's got like that go-go underpinnings under the beat, you know, which is like a great genre, like DC music. Like it's just a vibe. And that's another one that's been sampled by so many hip hop people.
Yes,
so.
a lot of hip hop people.
All right, this next song is All Right by Kendrick Lamar. It was released on To Pimp a Butterfly, on Aftermath, and Interscope in 2015. Karen, tell us about this one.
Yeah, for me, as y'all can tell, I was in the mood because we did this right before the election, and I was like, what am I really grateful for and what am I really thankful for? So that's kind of why I picked some of the songs that I did. And I think for me, this song helped me get through the pandemic. like this song helped me get through Trump's first election. Like, so for me, I was like, regardless of what the outcome was, I wanted songs that were uplifting, which in return makes me very grateful and thankful. So that's kind of my connection to these songs, to kind of the theme of it. And I think for this particular song, this song became a theme. And in my opinion, this song will be a theme again, because regardless of what's happening, I know that I have to be all right. I don't have a choice but to be all right and keep fighting and keep marching and not giving up. So that's, for me, you have to kind of self-motivate, because sometimes the world will tell you that you should just give up on things and what's the point. But my thing is, too many people in my past have sacrificed for me to get here, for me just to give up on them. And so I'm grateful for what I have, and I refuse to let anybody take what I have. And so for me, this song hits a chord within my soul to make me kind of refocus and reframe, where I want to be and where I want to go. And my thing is, I know that I don't want to go alone, so I'm like reaching out to other people, go, hey, y'all, we gonna be all right. Like, not only, so it's like you have to tell yourself that, and then you have to tell yourself that enough times till you believe it, and then when you believe it, you can tell other people, type of thing. And so this song is one of them songs where I could play on repeat, and by the time I hear it a few times, my spirit is lifted, type of thing. And so for me, that's one reason why this particular song I love. This is one of my favorite songs by him, and I really just put it on repeat. And like the Beyonce song, this is one of them songs where you don't want to work out to. You will literally hurt yourself if you try to keep up with the pace, like the beat to it. You be like, okay, I can't. I don't think I'm able to keep through it. This is like a 4-minute song. Like, I hope I can make it through this, but it will motivate you. You're like, yeah, we gonna be all right. Until your thighs are burning tomorrow because of them squats. Then you're like, we ain't all right right now. We are not all right. My body is saying otherwise.
Yeah, I think it's also like evocative of like the long tradition of like almost like a Negro spiritual to some extent. The fact that he was able to make this in the modern day context has always been why I think Kendrick Lamar is light years ahead of so many other people. Because it's such a serious and somber thing, but it's also like a uplifting thing. And I remember being at trap karaoke, and this song came on, And I mean, they could have turned the damn music off. Like everybody just was saying it, all the words and stuff. So, yeah, this is definitely one of those ones.
Yeah. It makes me feel or think about the feeling after a good cry. Lots of
Hmm.
closure.
Yeah. Yeah. I 100% agree.
This next song is Sweet Honey Buckin' by Beyonce and Shabuzi. It was released on Cowboy Carter on Parkwood Entertainment 2024. Raja, tell us about this one.
I had to sing this song while I was trying to figure out what makes me think about family. And I really loved the song the first time I heard it, when it dropped. And playing it, I don't know what number, this probably was the 15th time I heard the song more. It is the ultimate family function song. And in three parts, it walks you through the whole day of preparing for a family function. Right here, Shabuzi is going to pick up the alcohol for the family, and we're in the first sweet part. And so Beyonce now is going to walk you into thinking about, hey, what do you need from the store? I'm thinking about my family, excited who I'm going to see, my cousins, my people I haven't seen in a while. Usually with the family functions, you bring people from far and wide. And so riding through just to put my eyes on you and just excited to see and feel that warmth again and connecting with your family and um, just thinking about home and coming home on the highway. And she repeats, I'm coming home, I'm coming home. And that's like all you're thinking about when people fly or have to drive or just go any kind of distance to see your family. That's like what's in your heart and what you're thinking about. And then just the whole song really moves you through the day. And so next we'll have Honey, and it kind of slows down a little bit. And so that's like when we're starting to approach the middle of the day when people have started to show up, and you need to check on the people you came with or your partner, like your baby, your boo, and you send them that text like, "Hey, baby, you good?" Because I know you're shy, or just being around my family could be a lot. You all right? Or you could be of age and taking a walk with your cousins outside for that walk, if you know what I mean. And you come back
Mm-hmm. I know the one.
refreshed. Yes, yes. And it's like just slowing down and it's about to pick back up with Bucky. You done got your second, third plate. You starting to make to go plates. You've had something to drink, that adult eggnog. Uh, and at this point, we are now having those conversations about politics, where the family has come from or been through, and reflecting on where we're going to head as a family. And there's a part where she speaks about they're yanking your chain. She speaks about money and getting yourself together. And so I think about resilience and having those conversations and listening to the adults and the elders in my family talk about what we should do moving forward and how to respond and kind of coming up with a game plan on how we're going to move as a unit. And so that's why I think this is like the ultimate family function song, just walking you through that day. So it's like we're bucking, we're still fighting, we still gonna keep moving forward like a mechanical bull. And that's what I think about when I heard this song. And it
I
just
love the
it's
vibe
great to
of this
just see.
section.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like two songs in one.
I definitely think it was like making me think about like redlining and trying to get money for generational wealth and just so many different things. The visuals about um, Southern Black culture, particularly with bulls, ranching, and farming. And that's something that's major in the South as far as the economy and agriculture.
All right, this next song is Dos Oruguitas.
Oruguitas.
Oruguitas? Thank you,
Yes,
Carla.
Oruguitas.
By Sebastian Yatra. It's from Encanto soundtrack on Disney Enterprises 2021. Carla, tell us about it.
Yeah, so I don't know if anybody has seen Encanto because I think it's not as popular as like Coco or something like that, but it's a Pixar, Disney Pixar movie. And this song is kind of like the song towards the end where like the grandmother and Mirabelle, who has no gift, kind of like, she's telling the story, her story. And I love the song because it starts out as like the grandmother telling the story of her and the grandfather who died defending his family, and like throughout the movie, the theme of family is huge, right? And then in this family, everybody has a special gift that was bestowed to them after like this great tragedy in their family when they were trying to like escape violence. And I really love this song because, well, like an oruga is a caterpillar, and like it's the song is saying, like, hay oruguitas, like no se aguanten más, because like don't hold back, like you have to keep going because the like butterflies are coming, right? So like even if you're like a little caterpillar right now, you're gonna turn into a butterfly. And then, I think it's such a beautiful song, and a song about family and forgiveness and like journey, because sometimes we don't understand why our ancestors or the elders in our family act in a certain way. Right. And sort of like incorporating everyone in the family. Yeah.
Right. This soundtrack is very beautiful. I remember when this came out, we watched it, and I don't think I think they got two versions of it, so I don't think I've heard this version. They have it in English in it, and then the other language. And so for me, I think my favorite song on the soundtrack is "We Don't Talk About Bruno." Yeah, like that got to be one of my personal favorites. Like out of all of the songs, it, like I can't explain, just something about that song, and just
and
when
it's
you watch
Lin-Manuel,
Yeah, the graphics and the way that they move, and so this whole album goes.
Yeah, I mean, this album also has the guy that was like had his hair in the wind. Carlos Vives also worked on this. Yeah.
Do you think it's because of the pandemic that it didn't get that much love? Because I love this joint, but
did too.
I also felt that feeling too. Like, I mean, if I'm being honest, I felt like Coco didn't get enough love too. Like,
agreed.
I don't know. That could just be racism. Now that I'm saying it out loud, could just be racism. I don't know.
But I think I'm very glad, like as Latin American woman, that these movies are coming out and that we have more than like we have more movies worth like exposing like the different sides of Latin American culture.
Right.
So.
Right, this last song is End of the Line by Traveling Wilburys. It was released as a single on Wilbury Records in 1988. So this song is just, it feels like family to me. I think because of the songs I heard growing up, I think that's a big part. So it's an 80s supergroup. It was Bob Dylan, George Harrison, Jeff Lynne of ELO, Roy Orbison, Tom Petty. So it was it's singers from a lot of groups that I grew up listening to that, my dad really likes. And I think the overall message of it is just very nice. It's like, it doesn't matter what happens, as long as we're together. And I think it's more of a romantic song, but it feels more like familial love to me. And this actually, when I got married, this was the father-daughter dance. This is the song I chose for it. So it's very much a daddy's girl song for me.
Right. It's adorable. And you know what? For years, I thought the name of this song was "All Right." That shows you how much I know, cause
Oh,
like,
really?
I remember "All Right," like that piece of, cause I was thinking I've heard this song before, type of
Yeah.
thing. So that's what I thought the song was for years. And that picture, that cover, that's definitely '80s. Big hair,
Yeah.
shades,
Yeah.
lots of mousse and hairspray for no reason.
Yep, absolutely. I really like the music video they did for this too. So they recorded it before Roy Orbison died, but when they shot the video, it was shortly after he passed away. So for his section of the song, they have a rocking chair with a guitar in it that's moving, and that's kind of the focus while they're doing it. The whole thing is they're all in this train car that's kind of going down the tracks, kind of going down the line. I think it felt very poetic to me that they did it that way. It's a very feel-good song to me.
It does. It feels like National Lampoon's Vacation closing song on the credits.
It does, doesn't it? I was like, yeah, this is some movie soundtrack.
I had no idea this supergroup ever existed. This is news to me.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like I've
They
heard
have,
the
like,
song
2
before,
albums,
but I didn't
that's
know
it.
the background.
I told you I grew up listening to just hip hop and
Yeah.
super black shit. So like, you just put me on to something. I might check this
Right.
out after the show.
Nice.
Yeah, you started
Oh, that's
naming.
so
I was like,
exciting
oh,
for me
them
to
people
hear.
is famous. I didn't know they got together.
Yeah.
What? How they
I
come
mean,
up
it's
with
a
the
lot of
name?
incredibly talented people. Oh, I have no idea. They have some fun songs. Like there's one called the Wilbury Twist, which is just really goofy. It's like they make up a dance. It's fun. Like everyone in that group is just incredibly talented, and I think it was
Yeah.
just a fun project for them. So
The
Heather,
fact
do
that
you
they
have
name
like
it after-
video of your wedding?
somewhere probably. I mean,
Oh, I
I'm
wanna
divorced,
see
so I
that.
don't really cherish it anymore.
It
But
doesn't
I
mean the
mean,
same
the
thing.
father-daughter dance.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, while we're talking about my wedding, it was on Halloween, and it was like the best Halloween party I ever threw. And my dad was dressed as a Jedi. It was
Aw.
it
that
was
sounds
crazy
cool.
and weird.
That
Yeah,
sounds
it was
like
a lot of
great
fun.
wedding.
That
Yeah.
sounds
Yeah.
fun.
Right?
Yeah.
Sounds like a great wedding.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Too bad the marriage was not as good.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a haunted marriage.
Haunted.
You
Well,
can
anyway.
blame the breakup on your husband being the Sith.
Next time, you got to do it on Thanksgiving. That's the key. See,
Oh,
it's the
maybe that's
holiday.
it. I picked the wrong holiday. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is our show. Raja, I think I'm going to pick you for the winner this week. 'Cause I liked you had a lot of commentary and you did a lot of research, especially with that Beyonce song. So
Thank you.
you win. Rod and Karen, thank you so much for joining us. Where can people find you online?
Just theblackguywhotips.com is our website. The Black Guy Who Tips is our podcast. And, your appropriate social media channels, just search The Black Guy Who Tips. If you can't find us there, put TBGWT in. That which is short for The Black Guy Who Tips. And, thank you for having us. It was very fun.
It
This
was.
is a cool concept with your podcast, and we wish y'all great
Well,
luck.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll be back with another episode every week, so be sure to hit subscribe. You can follow us everywhere at Discourse Podcast. That's Discourse with 2 C's. And of course, find the playlist and all the songs on Spotify and Tidal. You've been a wonderful audience. Good night.